Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. I'm close approaching 400 videos uploads to YouTube now, and this is by far the most difficult video I've had to film. I've been away on holiday for a couple of weeks, and as you can gather from the thumbnail, not everything's gone to plan. So, cut to the chase, I'll just take you into the greenhouse. For the regular viewers to the channel, you'll be familiar with this. This is the auto wicking system that I've built, and as you can see, the plants are in fine fettle, and there's quite a lot of fruits coming on nicely. In fact, there's one gone over there, it's gone a bit rotten, so I'm just going to put that in the bin. Before I went away, as I say, I've been away for 2 weeks. I topped these up right to the top the day before, and when I got back there was probably, I don't know, another 4 or 5 days in that. You could just about probably get 3 weeks out of this, considering the heat we've had while I've been away. It has been extreme temperatures, and the other thing is I had my greenhouse door shut. Although I've got auto vents with double windows each side, it would be getting hot in here. It was well over, it touched over 40 degrees at times looking on my thermometer. Anyway, as I say, all these peppers are doing great, but they say this is self-watering, so I'll just take it out now onto the allotment. Before leaving on holiday, I'd made arrangements with another plot holder just to keep an eye on the beds, and I did say that the greenhouse down the bottom of the allotment will look after itself, because all again that's self-watering with the different systems I've got in there. So I went on holiday and that was it. Come back and it was shock horror when I got back. I couldn't believe the state of the beds, and more importantly, I'd lost a lot of the crops. The first casualty looking in here is the parsnips. As you know, this was going to be the first time of trying to grow them in the tanks. The seedlings was just emerging as I left. When I come back, the tank was bone dry, and the consequence, a lot of the seedlings have shriveled. There is 1 or 2 which are poking their heads up, so I might try and save those, but regarding resowing, I don't know if it's worth it now. I don't know if I'm going to bother anyway. So I've given the tank a good soaking, but it's still drying out, as you can see. I will say, before I went on holiday, I did water all of the beds thoroughly, so there was a good few days water, even so, considering the heat we've had. The carrots look okay, so I did thin those out to 1 per station before I went, and again I've given that tank a good watering. In the bed here we've got the shallots plus a few other weeds. Them are ready for lifting now. And in these tanks here, the courgettes, I think I've had at least 2 off. I've got a few plants in, marigolds, dahlias, stuff like that. Quickly moving into the veggie open up the peppers I put in here. They seem to be doing well. Got some nice little fruits coming on, and the spring onions, they've done really good. 1 or 2 lettuce. So again, I'm happy with that, but again, that's self-watering, so it's looked after itself. This is my onion bed. Looks a bit of a mess at the moment. It was actually plastered in weeds. I've done a little first pass, but in general, that's not too bad, although the soil is bone dry. I will spend another day or 2 weeding this. So I'm looking at the onions, they do look okay. They're swelling up and got some nice sizes coming on by the look of it. And believe it or not, amongst here is the leeks. But again, name okay. And right at the front, I've got some more onions together with all those weeds. But say the weeds are not a problem, I can get those out. This is my tomato bed for the blight resistant tomatoes. They need tidying up. They've got arms and legs coming out everywhere, but it's nice to see there's lots of flowers and a few fruits. So again, that's another job for me to do, and they should be recovering okay. Spinning around into the bed here, this is where the casualties start. Or saying that though, the celery don't look too bad. That's thickened up nicely. There's a row of peas suffered there, although they've got quite a few pods on. There is weeds in. That's another one what needs weeding. And across the top there is the second row of peas, and they look okay, probably ready for picking now. This is where the outbreak starts. This is the Brassica bed, and I don't know if you can see, but look at the cracks in the soil there. It's absolutely bone dry, the bed is. The plants look probably to you not too bad, but when I come back, this was really wilted and droopy, and I've actually soaked this for a good, well over half an hour, probably more, and they have started to pick up. But the shock to the plants, I think, is going to stress them, and they're just going to get straight to seed. So the way I feel at the moment, I'm going to rip the whole lot out and just cover it with black plastic and write all the brassicas off. These are some seedlings I had in there in a tray with water to keep on going over the days, but again, you can see them are withered and dried. And there's some more. You've got a cauliflower there. I don't know if you can see. Already that's going to be bolting and put nothing up. So to save the heartache, I think I'm going to rip the whole lot out and put the black plastic on to save it. On a plus note, the flower border don't look too bad, although the sweet peas do need picking. Got some sunflowers and dahlias and various other things, but I must say the weeds have really took hold in the 2 weeks that I've been away. Apple tree is absolutely laden with fruit, and if you saw the video, I don't know, it must have been the last one or the one before, where I put that pheromone trap in. Just look how many males it's caught there. I really do recommend these. It's unbelievable, and by the look of it now, the fruit is going to survive. Although I'll give this tree a real good pruning at the beginning of the year, and as a consequence, I thought I'm going to pay the price of having little or no crops, but it's rewarded me well, and it's a bigger crop than last year. Right, let's move on. Onto the potato bed. As you can see, these have succumbed to the lack of water. Most of the soil was come away from the insides of the buckets. All these first lots, which are droopy, no foliage on, these are the Charlottes, so hopefully they have given me some fruit, or crops anyway. And the ones where you can see a little bit of foliage on them are mainly sour palmyra, and there's a couple of condor as well. So I have given these a real good drenching, and the soil is now swelled out again, but there was gaps around the edge and it was like powder. Again, we'd soaked the beds, and it was really wet on there. It was actually, with the plastic on the bottom, there's puddles in, so it should have survived a good few days, but that's the way things is. Luckily the end bed over there has been covered up, so we've got nothing to lose in there. And I'll just take you into the greenhouse down the bottom. Before we go into the greenhouse, on a plus note, these are the runner beans, and then we're doing extremely well. Again, fortunately, these have got deep beds with plenty of humus and rotted manure in the bottom, so that will help retain the moisture. And as a result of that, I don't think these have suffered at all. Into the greenhouse now, and as expected, everything seems to be hunky-dory. As I said before, all this is self-watering. Plenty of tomatoes on, although I do need some side shoot removal, but that's not going to be an issue. Lots of fruit on, although there's nothing turned yet. The cucumbers have done really well. I think I've had 15 mini munch off here so far, off those 4 plants. I've got 2 each side. Those are grown in the quad grows. Saying that, the reservoir in there was empty, and the soil block had actually pulled away from the pots, so they've just about lasted. But the auto pots, That's still got probably that much water in. I reckon I've got at least another week out of these. So the thought going forward is that I'm probably going to replace all the auto watering system in here with auto pots because it has lasted well. But saying that, my self-wicking system, which is the same design as the one I built in my garden greenhouse, at the back I've got aubergines. I've already got a fruit on there. That's the first one I've ever grown. And at each side of that I've got melons. Them are growing up with flowers and fruit showing and climbing up well, so that's done well. And also in the borders, the peppers in there, they're showing decent signs of some nice fruit coming on. But again, like my beds, I've put deep retaining, moisture retaining stuff in there, cow manure, and give this a good watering. I did have the door shut on here, well not fully, it was slightly ajar, about 10 centimetres, and I put a piece of wood in just to stop the cats drifting in and out. But I've had the window wedged open, so I have got a decent airflow coming through here. But saying that, this is directly south facing and it does get quite hot. The grapes got a load on, but I didn't prune or thin these out, so I don't know how much I'll pay for these. Anyway, that's the state of the greenhouse at the moment. Lots and lots of fruit on these sweet million here. It's got tons and tons of flowers on, so at least we're going to get some tomatoes. I suppose the big question everybody's wondering is what happened about the watering. I did contact the person who was going to sort the watering out, and he said that a few days after I'd left for holiday he'd had an injury to his back and wasn't able to get and sort the watering out, so that's the result of it. I think if I'd have been made aware of that, I could have made other arrangements and got somebody to come, or a couple of people different times at least, to get some water on there during the extreme temperatures that we'd had. But that's the way it is, and as a consequence the brassicas, as you've seen, have all gone. The parsnips are gone. I don't know how much I'll for the potatoes, although I'm going to keep watering them. Another disappointment, which is a knock-on effect and all, next week I was due to visit King Seeds, the headquarters. I'd had a kind invitation to go down there and have a look at the setup, but as a result, as you probably gather, my gardening mojo has completely gone. I've been in touch with Kings and explained everything. I'm very understanding and sympathetic, and a big thank you to Andrew Tokley and his team. They did actually say go through the catalogue, and if there's anything we can supply to get you somewhere on the road to back up and running, they will more than kindly sort that out for me, and I do appreciate that very much. But as I said, as it is at the moment, I've just lost all interest. In fact, when I got back I just felt like giving the whole allotment up, and that was it, walking away. But I don't know, I'm doing a bit each day and weeding and stuff like that, and hopefully we'll get back on track. But that's about it for this one. Again, thanks very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, for all your support over the years and the videos, and hopefully we'll be back sometime in the future. I don't know when, but until then, stay safe all, and happy gardening.